Not a lot of people understand the gravity of what's about to happen because people haven't woken up. People refuse to believe it. But I've said before, we are under an influence, the likes of which we have never seen in the history of mankind, which is that we've been under this banking system where people, the globalists, the cabal, whoever or whatever you want to call it, they have been enslaving you and me through this entire process of this, I don't know, fractional reserve banking, this usury system. All of these things with inflation, fiat currency, things that they can just make up and just flip a switch with numbers and whatever it is that they do. Nobody knows what the IMF, the budget of the Federal Reserve, these guys that they have, and they've been enslaving you. They've been allowing you to make the bank and the rich richer. And so this whole system, right, everything that this has been about has been to dismantle the influence of these families, the banking elite, and these guys. And so that's why right now, when you're looking at Russia, you're looking at China, these guys, I've been saying before, there's a common enemy, and these guys are getting together, these other countries, to dethrone the US dollar as the world reserve currency. And there's a concerted effort to team up. It includes Trump. It includes the White Hats, the Patriots, whoever you want to call that's working in the background. These guys are getting together, and they have a focus, a common enemy to dismantle all of the stuff that's happening. And so everything is converging, guys. You got to realize that everything that's happened with the depopulation efforts to poison you, to give you a certain medication, a certain shot, to get you to think a certain way, to influence your mind, and to allow you to digest whatever they want to feed to you, the propaganda of the mainstream media. All these things are tied together because it's this enemy, this satanic enemy that has been controlling you for decades. And this is the process that I've been talking about, that many people are talking about with regards to waking up, exposure, disclosure, so that you would understand what is really going on, so that you can research it. And all of these things have happened for a reason. It's not just another election. People say not another 4-year election. It's not about Trump returning. And yes, that will happen. But there are other things at play, and people that have been asleep, they haven't seen it, they haven't understood what really is going on. You've been pent up for a couple of years now with COVID. You've been at home, you've been researching, you've been understanding the distraction that we've had with all of the stuff in your day-to-day life, the hustle and bustle. It went away. It worked against them, against the global order. And now, because we've had internet, we've had people talking, thinking, meditating, and just really critically analyzing things, more and more people are waking up. And so this precipice, people are tired of the Biden stuff. People are tired of this whole economic disaster. People have been sick and tired of what's happening, the education system, Hollywood, this poisoning of all the water, the food, everything that you've been seeing, the air, all of these things. Enough is what people have been saying. And they've been researching. People, more and more, millions of people across the world. You're seeing a French Revolution play out right before your eyes. You're seeing other countries getting to hit this precipice and saying enough is enough. And countries are getting together, leaders are getting together, and they're doing things for the good of the future of humanity. And so these things are happening for a reason. Now you're seeing some news come out, IRS being paid, I think like $23 billion less in tax refunds. This is just new news coming out this week. The whole debt ceiling crisis. Analysts saying that the federal government will run out of money by as early as mid-June. So the only solution there, practically speaking, is to just raise the debt ceiling. So now that's up to Congress, obviously, but you're going to see some jousting, some political, shenanigans going on, and to blame it on this and that. And so watch for those things. But everything's reaching its precipice. You're going to see the dethroning of the US dollar. You're going to see people come out recently. Marjorie Taylor Greene. In fact, let me just give you this quick clip.
We just finished reviewing the financial records in the Treasury. What I saw was over 2,000 pages of jaw-dropping information. There's basically an enterprise wrapped around Joe Biden involving not only multiple family members, more than we thought there were, but other people as well. just a complete conglomerate of LLC shell companies where money was passing through from foreign countries, China, Ukraine, but many more countries than just those. There's a lot of information the American people deserve to know of the Biden family and the crimes they've been involved in. And the Oversight Committee has a much bigger investigation to do than we ever thought was possible. I just saw evidence of human trafficking. This involved prostitutes, not only from here in the United States, but foreign countries like Russia and Ukraine. This is unbelievable that a president and a former vice president, not only his son, Hunter Biden, but many more family members extending past Hunter Biden and his immediate family. We're going to have to really get to work. This is an investigation that needs to be revealed to the American people. And not only do we have questions about Hunter Biden himself, but this is going to extend into developing a web of corruption, a web of fake companies that's going to reveal money that came in from many foreign countries and went directly into the personal bank accounts of the Biden family, where they have financially benefited directly from Joe Biden's seats of power. And we look forward to investigating and exposing for this for the American people, and we'll see where it goes from there.
She has indicated in the most sincere way that there's stuff going on with Biden and these guys. Human trafficking. People, you don't really understand the gravity of what is happening in selling people, the children stuff, the adrenochrome, all of these things that have happened. You don't really understand the gravity of what is going on. People do not know what has happened behind the scenes. Ukraine, Russia, all this stuff. It's coming out. There's going to be disclosure, exposure. People will not want to believe it. And the summer is going to be incredibly epic. You're going to see the dethroning, as I've said, their last push, their last ditch effort for the CBDC as their solution, but that's not going to happen. And then probably the quantum financial system and other stuff from the White Hats that will come into play. So you're going to see, first and foremost, this entire control system we've had, not only with the media stuff and the health stuff and all of that, but really the financial aspect to it. You've been enslaved for the longest time. And a lot of people are even uncovering some of the Social Security and just you being a property, all of the common law versus the maritime law. If you research some of those things and really get into the nitty-gritty of legal stuff, it will blow your mind who you are or what the government has claimed you to be under this entire system and being a state national versus being this other thing. And so I'm here to tell you that everything is coming to a head. As I've said before, the summer is going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be epic. And you're going to see more and more things. And especially with the horror, the terror of all of the crimes against humanity that has happened right now. And so if you're not waking up, if you're not researching, and you want to put your head in the sand, and there's a lot of people, I think people have estimated 4 to 6% or 10% of the people will not want to wake up. They're going to refuse, even though there's proof, there's evidence, and they're telling you what it is. They have testimony, they have affidavits, they have all these things. And yet people will not want to believe it because they want to stick to their naive, their ignorant view of reality. And so these people that have, for generations even, have twisted history. If you even research about history, the old technology, old world order of, Tartaria, all these things that have happened, you're going to see that it will blow your mind what they have tried to do to enslave you, to keep you captive. And yet with internet, with the information age, with all of the disclosure, with people waking up, being shaken awake, this is what this movement is about. It's not about just Trump being restored. It's not about locking a couple people up. There's a lot more deeper, crazy things that requires the coordination of many nations. Nobody's here saying, Xi Jinping and Putin and these guys, they're so holy and they're like a saint. God is using these people to target a common enemy, and these guys will be taken down because this is who Satan has been using to try to build up, to get this false sense of the end times, the Antichrist. And of course, you can debate with me here, but we have time. We have time in terms of a lot of other technologies, many other things hasn't happened yet. Transhumanism, all of these things that lead to the mark of the beast, the Antichrist, all that stuff is going to happen at some point, but not right now. You're going to see much more, a kingdom age, I call it. Many others have called it that. You're going to see a great harvest. You're going to see a reflection, a replication even of things of heaven come down, inventions, many things happen before you see all that crazy stuff happen, the tribulation and all of that. And so again, take heart. There's a false sense of this rapture saving you of, oh, it's the final hour, all that stuff. But we're at the point for which it's going to turn around and you're going to see it come out. And it's going to be hard to digest. Tribunals, treason, all these things, Nuremberg 2.0, whatever it is that's about to happen. But you're going to see those things happen very soon. So be careful. They're going to build up this World War III thing. So don't get played by that. Don't think that it's the end. It's not going to happen. It's just a false flag that they're building up in order to usher in the good people and then wake more people up at the very last minute. So you're going to see some of that stuff, the Taiwan stuff, many other things. So it's building now, but don't be concerned. Don't be worried. Yeah, you have to be prepared. As I've said before, get food, get supplies, make sure that your store of wealth is in a good place, right? I don't know how you want to take that in terms of investment advice, but make sure you go to the Lord about how to steward your wealth. And so it's a great time. It's a great time. It's epic. The summer is going to be great. And then the rest of this year, you're going to see things play out like you've never seen before. So love you guys. The dismantling of the deep state is happening as we speak. There's much more stuff that has already happened. It's happened behind the scenes. People are not going to believe it. And you will see good things happen. So love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.